What's going on, YouTube? It's the Trucker Gene coming at you. This is where we help you develop your inner trucker. I know I've been gone for a little bit, man. Life has been lifing. So in today's video, I got some good content coming your way. Today is going to be another Schneider video. We're going to cover exactly why I left Schneider, and we're going to actually talk about a few cons of the Schneider tanker division as well. With everything, guys, nothing is perfect, and I try to stay on the positive side, but you know, I got to keep it real also. If this video is helpful for you, drop a comment, hit that like button, and let's get right into it. All right, con number one, and I've been getting this a lot in the comments asking about, do you have to shave your beard? And you absolutely have to shave your beard. You can keep your mustache, but all of this has to be bald. If you have to wear a mask, the OSHA law says that your beard would actually be a hindrance to where you can't clip your mask correctly or something along those lines. So that's why you have to be barefaced. They do let you keep your mustache, but even your mustache has to look a certain way. Pretty much you look like you're in the military. So yeah, that is a con for a lot of people, and it was honestly a con for me as well, because I was in the military and I did not get out to want to have to be shaving my beard all over again. I mean, it's kind of a nuisance. So yeah, you do have to maintain your facial hair to OSHA standards while you're in the Schneider tanker division. All right, con number two, you have to back in very tight spaces, and that could really be an issue when you don't have much experience. At the refineries and plants that you'll deliver to, they want you to back in very specific and tight positions based off of where the nozzle is or based off of where the pipes are and things like that. It is very congested in there, and it can be done, but you got to get used to it. And I was struggling because I didn't have a lot of experience at the time backing up the truck. So that is definitely a con. I will say that you have to be patient and you will make some mistakes, but you have to take everything very slow and careful, because you do not want to hit something at those refineries, because some of these plants will ban you if you do something wrong. And that actually goes into my third con, which is every plant and refinery has their own rules. And I'm gonna be real with you guys, every time I would go to a different refinery or plant, I had to go inside and check in, and some of these guys would want you to wear your full fire retardant suit. Some guys wouldn't want you to wear anything. Some guys would want you to have to wear your certain PPE on your hands and a hard hat. And it was just kind of tedious for me, because I'm like, come on, y'all, I'm just trying to deliver the stuff. I do understand the safety protocol and stuff like that, but every plant has their own rules. So when you go in there and you're checking in, they're gonna actually give you a sheet of what you can and cannot do in that plant. Some plants will have you stay in the truck, and some plants will make you come out of the truck, and it's all based off of where you are. There's not a lot of predictability and routine. Some of the plants can be anal. Make sure you're on your P's and Q's while you're in there, because they're watching you like a hawk, and any mistakes that you make, they're gonna let your company know. So make sure you always stay on your square when you're in those refineries for sure. And my final con is the poor dispatchers. And I don't mean your actual dispatcher or they call it a driver leader, I believe. Your main dispatcher that you deal with normally, I have no complaints. Pretty smooth, pretty cool people. But when it comes to after hours dispatch, they take over after your driver manager leaves, and they're awful. And I'm gonna keep it honest with you guys, that's actually the main reason I quit. So to make a long story short, I had to pick my wife and kids up at the airport. I had already put my time in. Everybody was aware that I was gonna go to the airport on Friday and I was gonna be done with my run. These guys still scheduled me on a run to Corpus Christi, which was about 3 hours away from Houston, that's where I live at. They were like, no, you can squeeze it in real quick. Don't worry about it. You have time. And I told those guys at the after hours, I spoke to multiple people, and I told those guys, listen, I'm not going to make it back. My wife's plane comes in at this time. You want me to do a run to Corpus Christi? I'm not going to make it back in time, and I'm already supposed to be on leave. So I'm calling my wife. I'm telling her, hey, I'm going to be there as soon as I can. It might be right on the money, but these guys still put me on a run after I already put my home time in. So I'm just going to try to do what I can. My wife was understanding, and we were like, cool, just get here as soon as you can. So I'm driving down there. I'm going as fast as I can, 67, because that's as fast as Schneider trucks can go. I get to the place, right? It's closed. That was it for me. So I look around at this place. In the middle of nowhere, I call my dispatcher and tell them, hey, you guys sent me to a place that's closed. They told me, well, it's open on our end, but it's not open. They said, well, I don't know, just head back. I'm going to be real, that did it for me. That was just the beginning of the end, and I knew that it was only going to get worse from here. So I told them, you know what, as soon as I got back, hey guys, you know, this isn't for me, because my family is very important. And if it's that easy for you to screw around with my time, that's not a company I want to be doing business with. So I went ahead and left. I'm not saying everybody's experience is going to be like that, but that was my personal experience. And that's why I had to get out of Dodge, because I did not appreciate my time being screwed around with after I communicated on my end. And those dispatchers just felt like, hey, you know, you're just another number. We need to get the load taken care of. And that's as far as their thinking went. Doesn't work with me. Not at all. So that's why I left Schneider, guys. And that's the cons I have for the Schneider tanker division. It wasn't all bad, but those are the cons that I noticed. So if this video is helpful for you guys, as always, drop a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm going to be dropping my social media handles. So if you guys have any questions, you can message me, inbox me, and I'll try to get to y'all as soon as I can. So be blessed, stay safe. And as always, it's Gene rolling out.